Hi, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. So today's tip is to consider minimalism. I have been a minimalist for over a decade now. God, oh my God, it's been like over 12 years. And I'm in a state of purge right now. Right now, I have so much extra stuff. There's some things I didn't get rid of because everybody thinks minimalism means you have to immediately get rid of everything, and it doesn't. I got rid of some stuff immediately. Some stuff I kind of regret getting rid of through the years. So I'm a woman, and a lot of women do this. I used to have jeans from high school, and now I got rid of them finally at some point. I wish I hadn't now. But when a woman can gain 100 pounds and they still have their skinny jeans. But for a lot of us, once we lose 10 pounds, we're like, I'm never going to wear that again. I'm never going to gain that 10 pounds back. Bam, that wardrobe goes to Goodwill, goes to the charity shop, goes to the thrift store, whatever, because you're never going to gain that 10 pounds back. Let me tell you, I really wish I had not gotten rid of so many clothes so quick a while back. But I have lost weight. Now, I have lost over 100 pounds in the past, going on 11 months, 10 and a half months. I've lost a significant amount of weight. But because I had all of those clothes that I kept, because I was sure I would fit into them again, some of them I've passed right up. Like jeans, I would put them on and they'd be too tight, and I'd be like, oh, another 5-10 pounds, and I put them on 10 pounds later and they were like literally falling off. So I didn't get rid of everything immediately, but because I had those, I was able to go through significant amount of sizes. Pretty soon I will have to buy stuff. I did buy new shoes today. I thrift clothes, but shoes, undergarments, I don't, swimsuits, I don't thrift those. Socks, there are some things that I want new, and I want to be the only one who's worn them. Shoes are important because they mold to your feet. Socks, because just yuck. Bras and underwear, same thing. And swimsuits, same thing, yuck. So, and I'm sorry if you're brave enough to wear them. I am not insulting you. More power to you, but yeah, me and my neurodivergent brain cannot do that. So, I did buy new shoes, but totally digress. I'm supposed to be talking about minimalism. I don't buy a ton of things. I don't own a ton of things. I have, if I look, that's what I thought. I have 3 dinner plates. I have 4 of my stew plates, which is like a plate that's got like a rim. You've probably seen, if you've seen my cooking videos, you've seen my white stew plates, which is what I use for most things. I have 4 ceramic bowls, 4 little dessert plates, and some plastic bowls, and loads of cups. I don't know why I have so many cups, but I do. But I have essentially one long cabinet that contains all of my dishes, and then I have the cabinet above the stove has like pans and some cookware. Most of my pans hang on my wall, because I don't have a ton of cabinet space. And then I have like bowls and stuff, in that cabinet, but I don't have room for a ton of stuff. When I moved in here, there were a couple of couches that were like sofa beds. I got rid of them because they were absolutely awful. Now I have in my living room, I have a chair, like a rack that I'm getting rid of everything on, and I'm gonna move that. My kitchen, I have a table, and then I have a bunch of craft stuff. My bedroom, I have built-ins in my bed, and I have some stuff under the bed. But I mean, I definitely am in a stage of purge right now, and I feel like I've got a ton of stuff because I'm getting like my garden stuff set. And this year, I decided I'm just gonna, go all out on my garden. I'm gonna spend the money. I'm gonna build the raised beds that I want. I'm gonna have the in-ground garden that I want. I'm done playing games. I'm just gonna spend the money and get it all done at once. I'm taking it out of the grocery budget. I'm going without, and then the garden will be set. But right now, because it is March and because it snowed the other day. Like, it snowed yesterday morning. I woke up and it was snowing. So it is late March. But this March doesn't know what it wants to do. So all the stuff that normally would be moving outside right now is inside. Planters and everything. It's such a stinking mess right now. But yeah, so having less, like, but the big thing is too, okay, so here's how minimalism saves me money. I'm sorry, I'm like off on a tangent. Is one, I don't have to have extra space for my stuff. I see people who, and I've seen this for years and years and years, who have so much stuff they don't even know they have it. Sorry, or who I have a neighbor who's got just him, and he's got a garage full of stuff. He's got a 2,000 square foot house worth of stuff, and he's got 2 storage units worth of stuff. He has garage sales, but there's no way that garage sale is paying for all of that space. So, it would be better to just get rid of it. Another thing is that I try not to buy what I'm not going to use or what I don't need. And that doesn't mean that I don't ever buy stuff. Like, I just spent $160 on a couple of pairs of shoes for my kid, but I wanted him to have nice shoes, and we were unable to find any shoes anywhere. And then I spent like $75 on a couple pairs of shoes for me. $75 total, like 70 something like that. I don't remember. But I mean, I do spend money. Just I don't buy a ton of stuff, and and like I said, I'm investing in my garden because that kind of pays off. But I haven't bought clothes in quite some time. I probably will have to buy clothes soon, or well, I take that back. I did thrift a few pairs of pants a while back. But I don't spend a ton of money on clothes. If you've seen my thing about not buying fast fashion, I if I can get something for free rather than buying it, I do that. So I will show you. I got buckets that I am making self-watering planters with that I got from the local grocery store and cleaned out. I have trying to think, what else do I but like, I see people who've never owned a live laugh love sign or anything of the sort. And I'm not criticizing people who like to decorate their house. I'm just saying that not decorating has saved me money. I know people who redecorate every month or two. And if you feel the need to change what's on your walls every month or two, then I really think that you should look inward, because you're spending the money and it's not making you happy. And I'm not talking about like you put up seasonal decor, because some people are really into like the seasons thing, but oh my God, you know what I noticed this year? People throw out their Christmas decorations and replace them every year. Like throw out the fake tree. Like my parents had two different fake trees most of my life. Now they have a third one that's smaller because they moved and blah, 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 blah. But they had the one that was like all spiky and sharp uh, when I was real little, and then they upgraded to one of the ones with like the nylon or whatever. But they had it for years. The lights they had for years. I mean, they did eventually upgrade to LED, but I mean, when I was younger, there was a whole thing. You'd pull out the lights and you'd plug them in and make sure they all worked. And make sure you didn't have to switch bulbs. And was it a solid one or a blinking one? And I mean, now it doesn't matter because people just throw them away and buy new. But it's decorating can be so expensive. Clothes can be so expensive. And it's much better if you just simplify your life. Taking care of your stuff is time consuming and expensive and so much to clean. And I mean, it's not that I don't have stuff. I mean, like, look, stuff. It's a wooden basket. Isn't it cute? It's stuff. But and minimalism doesn't mean that you have to have, I mean, I don't have a capsule wardrobe. I did what was it, like 333 thing or whatever for a while, like 30 articles of clothes for 3 months or something like that. But I've done that. I pretty much, I mean, if you've watched my videos for any amount of time now, you know that you either see this red tank top for the most part in my pajamas or my gray shirt. And then I've switched now. Now it's the sweater got, it's pretty big. I might go back to it still next winter, see if I can alter it, though I don't know how to alter a sweater. So I did have to switch to a hoodie because the sweater was just like, it was like here, and it's just such a hassle. And it's hot. So, I don't have a ton of clothes. You probably have seen me wear the same things a lot. And that's okay. I mean, I don't need a big wardrobe. I don't have a ton of stuff decorating my house. I mean, and that doesn't mean that I don't have my things that I like. I have my camping stuff. I have my woodworking stuff. So minimalism doesn't mean, I mean, you don't have to like own less than 100 things. You don't have to, I mean, it's really more so about living with intention. So I recommend that today's tip is to consider minimalism and to look into it and see what kind of minimalism fits with your lifestyle, what minimalist principles can fit with your lifestyle, because we don't need so much stuff. I'm actually, like I said, in the process of getting rid of a bunch of stuff. So consider minimalism. That's today's tip. And look at the different options and look at how you can incorporate it into parts of your life, if nothing else. I know a lot of my viewers are really into minimalistic principles already. You have simpler living styles. I read and respond to the comments. So I know people who live in a 600-foot cabin that they built themselves, or who cook simple meals. And there's probably a lot of ways you are incorporating minimalism to some extent. Obviously, the 600 square foot cabin, tiny home, it's not going to have a ton of stuff in it. You can't. Cooking simple meals using simple ingredients. Um, you are not spending a ton probably on your grocery bill, your food bill, your dining out bill, because you are making a choice to eat more simply. That's a more minimalistic principle. But on the other hand, I have other people who are foodies. Like, they could never incorporate that item of minimalism into their life, and that's okay. So I'm not saying give up all of your worldly possessions. I'm not saying never buy anything again. I'm not saying, become extreme minimalist. I'm saying look at different ways and I mean, there's tons of stuff out there on the minimalist movement and stuff, but look at different ways that you can incorporate minimalism into your life and how it can benefit you uh, emotionally, financially, physically. You know, imagine never having to dust and knick-knack again. Wouldn't that be great? Anyways, my name's Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. Today's tip is to look into minimalism and see what aspects you can incorporate into your life. If you want to hear more tips, or I also sometimes share, frugal recipes and such. But more tips, please hit like and subscribe. And if you want to know, I do post a video every day this year, 1 to 3 videos in 2025. So if you want to know when the video is posted, go ahead and hit that bell notification, and I'll see you all tomorrow.